Welcome back to Casuals Corner, and today I'm going to be breaking down Anthony Lionheart Smith v Ryan Spann. Before we jump into it, you know the drill by now. If you enjoy the content, please hit the like, the subscribe and the little bell icon as well to stay up to date with the content. Daily MMA content, may I add. Yes, I said daily. So if you enjoy pre-post fight breakdowns, behind the scenes, we've got interviews coming with professional fighters as well, someone from Manchester top team, which I'm really excited to look forward to. So please hit that little notifications, it really helps grow our channel. But anyway, let's jump into the video. So I think when people saw this was the headline of this fight night, people weren't initially too interested. But I think the more I looked into the fight, the more I actually got quite intrigued by it. It's actually a very, very good matchup. And it's a matchup that Anthony Smith didn't necessarily need to take, because he is fighting below. He doesn't need to give Ryan Spann this chance. He is proven at that top level. So you could say he's doing a little bit of charity service, and I think even Ryan Spann acknowledged that. But you can also say that he's cementing his spot, saying he deserves to be there, and he wants to put a title run together. He spoke about in an interview about saying to his coach, "This is it. I want to make a proper title run." And you can tell he's a very cerebral fighter, but also a man in general. You can see the way he's broken down his career, the way he's broken down his career strategy, the way he wants to break down his career strategy in terms of title goals is very interesting. And you can see how the crossover between him on the analytics desk and him as a fighter has made him prove. Well, I'm saying this, we don't have a lot to go off as of yet, but the way that he is speaking, I can see how he's beginning to integrate that into his fighting, which is really interesting, because I feel like maybe this fight we're going to see a very seasoned, improved, well-rounded version of Anthony Smith, where he does show that he is that next level. I think this could be that fight for him, but alternatively, on the other hand, it could very well be the night for Ryan Spann. He's causing a lot of problems coming in here, and it goes to show Anthony Smith's acknowledgement of his level, I guess, to say that I'm willing to take this fight, because he's a very, very tricky opponent. He's taller than him, firstly, and Anthony Smith's 6'4", so Ryan Spann's coming at 6'5". He's got a 5-inch longer reach, 6-inch longer reach, I think. 79 inches is his reach, Ryan Spann. So he's a long, tall fighter, and he's got finishes. He's got power in his hands. He's quick. I think he's got the power advantage over Smith, and he's got a nasty guillotine, man. He's got a nasty guillotine. I think a lot of people will be looking at Smith knowing that he's got good ground game. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but Ryan Spann's MMA grappling is good. Is very, very good. He's got 8 guillotines on his record, and he's got 9 because he got one in his amateurs as well before he turned pro. 9. That's a lot of gillies, and those long limbs are just gonna. The more I play it out, the more I can see something happening, like Ryan Spann being able to keep him behind his jab. We've seen him do it before. Just bloody the nose of the opponent, just that laser jab. And when you're 220 pounds, they're going to be in there probably, maybe more. When you're that heavy and you're landing those jabs repetitively, that's a lot of accumulative damage. Works him up against the fence. Potentially looks for a transition just as a sort of smoke screen, and just wraps up a neck off a cage. Just wraps up a neck. He's got rear naked chokes as well, but 9 guillotines. Anthony Smith's got a lot of skills though. He's got a lot of skills. We saw his low kick against Jimmy Crute, and for the people that would say that's lucky, that's absolutely not. That's exactly why you're throwing low kicks, to turn off that nerve there. That's exactly where they're aimed. So, calf kick, sorry. I think that's his path to victory for Anthony Smith. I think if he is slow to get off the mark, if he's a little bit too reserved, if he's over-analysing the fight a little bit too much and time starts to pass him by a little bit, I think he could find himself potentially behind, potentially getting taken down even. And he likes to play off his back. I think he's got 5 triangles, a couple of armbar triangles as well on his record too. We know he's got that, but sometimes I think he accepts that position a little bit too easily because he's happy to be there. But the problem is you don't really want to be playing off your back. I mean, a lot of people would argue at any weight in MMA. I think MMA is evolving quite a lot, but you don't want to be playing off your back at 205 because any miscalculation there can land a lot of damage. So when you're on your back throwing up triangles, that's fine for maybe 1 or 2 attempts, but we've sometimes seen quite a lot of attempts, and that can get him into danger. So I think he has to be clever there. And like I said, I think that's potentially the way. I think Anthony Smith's path to victory is going to be chopping that low leg. Like I said, he's got a very nice jab. So if you can start putting water in the basement, as Teddy Atlas says, if you can start chopping at that low kick early, take the weight off his front leg, won't be able to level change or struggle to level change, struggle to put power through that front leg, take his jab away, and I think he can just break him down like that. I think he can then show his cage time. I think he can then show his experience of over 50 fights, I think it is now. And that's where I think he can win. He's got some nice elbows. He's got some nice shorter range attacks now. Nice knees. He's a very well-rounded fighter, Anthony Smith. Very well-rounded fighter, and he poses threats everywhere. So I just think, is this going to be the fight? The question really is this going to be the fight that he breaks this plateau of pushing through to that next level? Because Anthony Smith in his last 8 fights is 4-4, which doesn't sound the best, but they were all against champs, ex-champs or contenders. So it shows you his level. But you could also flip that around and say he is at that level, but is he above that? Has he hit his ceiling? I guess that's the question that's really going to be answered, not just with this fight, but the next couple of fights for Anthony Smith. So it's a good opportunity for Ryan Spann. It's a big name, it's a ranked opponent, it's really a blessing in disguise really for him. He's had a couple of cancelled bouts. I know he's meant to be fighting Paul Craig. Maybe it's better he got out of that, judging what he did to Jamal Hill. Was it Jamal Hill? Was that the right one? But yeah, that was violent. That was violence. But anyway, I'm going to make a prediction on this. I was going to originally say Anthony Smith because I think he does favour it through what I said, but everyone I see has been writing Spann off, and if he can finish this one of 2 ways, I think it will probably go if he finishes this: short left hook or a guillotine off the cage after he's boxed him up against it with his jab. But I'm going Anthony Smith. I'm going to say Anthony Smith on points. I reckon he grinds it out. I don't think there's a stoppage. I think he grinds it out. And ultimately it comes down to experience, this one. But like I said, you never know, but we're going to find out. As always, you know the drill. If you enjoyed the content, get over to our Instagram, our TikTok, and also find us on the link in my description where I put all our links, and we've got our website coming soon as well. So get ready for that. Well, we'll have a couple of forums, we'll have all our links, and we'll have a couple of blog posts as well that we'll do daily. So get over to there at Casuals Corner. When that's up and running, I'll keep you dated. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon. You know the drill. Get involved. Peace. Take care of yourselves.